गाइए गणपति जगवंदन, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन, शंकर सुवन भवानी नंदन, शंकर सुवन भवानी नंदन, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन, गाइए सिद्धि सदन गजवदन विनायक, सिद्धि सदन गजवदन विनायक, कृपा सिंधु सुंदर सबदायक, कृपा सिंधु सुंदर सबदायक, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन। मोदक प्रिय मुद मंगल दाता, मोदक प्रिय मुद मंगल दाता, विद्यावारिधि बुद्धि विधाता, विद्यावारिधि बुद्धि विधाता, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन। मांगत योगी जन कर जोरे, मांगत योगी, मांगत योगी जन कर जोरे, बस ही श्री माता जी मानस मोरे, बस ही श्री माता जी मानस मोरे, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन, शंकर सुवन भवानी नंदन, शंकर सुवन भवानी नंदन, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन, गाइए 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 गणपति जगवंदन।
जय श्री माता जी भैया, यू may start now.
Jai Shri Mataji to everyone, and a warm welcome to one and all in our session this morning. Didi, let me know if I'm not audible or visible properly. So, as you already know, we have these 3 sessions going on daily, one in the morning at 8 a.m., one in the afternoon at 4:15, and one in the evening at 7:45 p.m. All these sessions are geared towards new seekers, explaining to them what is Sahaja Yoga, what is to be expected, what is different, and of course, the experience of self-realization is attempted in all of these sessions. Most of these are in Hindi. Only on Saturday morning, one session we have in Marathi language, and one session like this on Sunday morning in English language for seekers who requested to understand in different languages. Apart from this, we have one session going on every day again at 5:30 p.m. in the evening. That is for seekers who have now understood the basics of Sahaja Yoga and want to go deeper into meditation. Again, that is held every day along with Shree Mataji's speeches. So, what we'll do now in this session is just briefly talk about what is Sahaja Yoga first. What is to be expected out of yoga? What is Kundalini, our internal subtle system? And then we'll go for meditation at the end. If there are any questions, you can join the Zoom link or leave your questions or comments on the YouTube chat. We will try to address them in this session right here. So, what is Sahaj Yoga and how is it different? What's the name? What's the suggestion behind the word Sahaj? And how do we understand what is to be expected out of any sort of yoga? Let's see first what is yoga. Yoga is the word in Sanskrit which literally means union. So union of what? If that's about a union, then what is it that gets us there? So then there are so many types of yoga that we see today, which we think that this is what is going to lead us to God, and so many methods that have come up. But the fact is that actually none of our actions lead us to our union. It is a very spontaneous process. It happens on its own. It's a natural process. It's part of our evolution, one can say. We have evolved up to this human stage without knowing about it. It has happened on its own. In the same way, the next or the last breakthrough of our evolution, which has to happen in our awareness now. And this evolution will not be anything physical, but in our consciousness will happen on its own. We only have to ask for it. We are all built in so that we can get it. We have been made human beings, and all that preparation that is required for us to get this breakthrough has been fruit from a flower is Sahaj. All of this is spontaneous, simple, happens on its own, natural. Our breathing process, our digestion, we don't do anything about it. It happens on its own. This becomes a very difficult conundrum for most of us to understand because what we have seen and understood and realized that it takes huge amount of penances for us to get our realization. That is what we have seen of sadhus and rishis and munis going into hills and dales and doing tapasya for years together and then getting it. That is the understanding which leads us to think of doing all sorts of exercises on our own, maybe, or doing some difficult things of walking kilometers or something like that, which makes us feel that yes, we have done something to achieve this higher self. The fact is that the old tradition that we have of one guru, one shishya parampara in our great country was where one guru who got it gave it to one shishya. He would choose out of maybe hundreds of thousands of shishya and then prepare him through all these penances and then give him realization. But it remains that only one who has realization can give it to others. The other person cannot get it on his own. The only thing that the other person used to do was cleanse themselves a lot with all of these, one can say, the Ashtang yogas that were defined by Patanjali, which included Yam, Niyam, Pranayam, Pratyahar, and so on. One part of that was asanas also. We can use asanas in Sahaj Yoga also, but only if you know which chakra is not all right. It's like taking the medicine after knowing that your throat is not okay. You take the medicine of the throat. You don't take the medicine of your stomach. First, that light needs to come in for you to figure out which mantra is to be taken. For example, my heart chakra is not okay, then I'll take the mantras of that chakra. Once you realize, then only you know what mantras to take, what asanas to do, what all external things you can do to correct yourself. And also, once you are realized, then you're authorized to do all of this. Before that, it is unauthorized, everything that we try to do. To understand this, we'll take an example of a car. Let's say the car has not started yet, and we go on moving, let's say, the gears or the steering wheel or the tires, and we say that we are trying to get it started. All of this will not make sense unless the car is started. As soon as it is, then you can do whatever you like. Then you become master of it slowly and gradually. You learn all of these things. That is the same about us, about our realization. And everything that we do in the name of spirituality makes sense after that. So let's say it's the bhakti side. Without realization, you may just go chanting and singing bhajans and go mad about it. But you don't know if the other person is listening to it or not. That connection needs to be established. Once that is established, even taking the name once is enough. So what we are talking about here is establishing that connection. Shree Mataji Nirmala Devi, whose photograph you can see behind me, started Sahaja in 1970. And she found out a way to give Amas realization. Amas meaning to the general population in hundreds of thousands, not the one or two that we used to hear in the past. She says the time has come for all of humanity to get it. We can easily understand that the times that we are living in are called as Ghor Kalyug, great times of confusion. In these times, if we do not get it, we don't know where humanity will go. So it's like the easier way out. The question is that if it used to happen with so much penances in the past, how does it happen so easily now? So the way Shree Mataji explains is, it's like there's a lamp, and it has, maybe it's broken, its screws are not okay, it's not working. So you do all the hard work of putting it right and then cleaning it and whatnot. And then maybe if the guru thinks, okay, then he puts on the light. That was the case of past. Now Shree Mataji says that we'll first put on the light. In that light, you can see what all is not right with you. And you just correct that on your own. We living in our households cannot think of going to Himalayas and spending years together to get this. And just imagine how many will get it. And just a few being transformed and getting the higher awareness never helps. It has never helped in the past when so many saints came, Kabira, Tukaram, Adi Shankaracharya, Gyaneshwar, Namdev. They were all tortured, thought they were fools, and even great incarnations like J.D. Sainath and Jesus Christ, and so many across the globe. They were tortured, poisoned, killed, whatnot, because people just don't understand. When one person talks of something that they cannot see, they cannot accept. In fact, we accept today so many wrong gurus as gurus, and we are not able to see the reality. The problem is that we don't have that awareness, we don't have those eyes to see. Those eyes themselves are missing to see. So then what is the solution? The solution is to give it to the masses, for them to just come up even a little bit higher and start seeing. And then they can go higher on their own. In Sahaja Yoga, we become our gurus ourselves. When we get our realization, we can see for ourselves what is right, what is wrong with us. And we have the capacity and the power flowing through us, which we can use to correct ourselves. What is this power that starts flowing through us? This is called as Param Chaitanya. This is the power that sort of, you can say, has created everything. It's called as Ritambhara Pragya, that changes the ritus, the seasons. It is called as Brahma Chaitanya, so many names given to it. This is the all pervading power of God that is everywhere around us. We have heard Kan Kan Mein Bhagwan, that the God resides in every small molecule around us, but we have never really experienced. So when this starts flowing through us, we can feel our own chakras, what is not okay, what is okay. We can correct them using this power. We can also see this for others. Any person who comes in front of you is sitting in any part of the world, you can see their vibrations and see what is not right, what is okay. You can give them vibrations to correct them also. People are cured of most incurable diseases in Sahaja Yoga by this, by getting their self-realization. This is a byproduct that happens. Also, we can know the answers of absolute questions in our lives, whether we should do this or not, whether we should go there or not, whether this person standing in front of me is a saintly person or is a devil. I often cite this example that even if God, whatever form we worship Him in, comes and stands in front of us, we'll not be able to recognize because we don't have the eyes to see. After our realization is when we get these eyes and we get this new awareness opening up to us. There's a lot to talk about in Sage Yoga. And now, briefly, what we'll do is touch base on our internal subtle system. A chart would come up on our screen now. So, from the outside, we all look very different. We think that we are different human beings of different countries and castes and colors and whatnot. But from the inside, we have all been made very same. The power that created us has created three main channels and seven main chakras inside us. When we were in our mother's womb, this power that created us entered through our fontanelle bone area here at the top of our head. And our brain being a prism shaped entity, it got refracted into three parts. Now, what that means is that the same power is divided into three parts. And there are different aspects to these three, which we'll talk about in some time. The power in the center created our chakras. There are mainly seven chakras inside us, and they govern our plexuses and are essentially on the growth side. They are the crossing points of thousands of nadis or what we call as channels inside us. For example, one chakra here is the crossing point of 16,000 nadis. So this is how on the physical side they get manifested, and then they govern everything that is uh, our being. Let's say our physical being, our mental being, our emotional being, our spiritual being. They are all governed by these chakras and these nadis. Now, the power after all of this creation comes and settles down at almost the very end of our spine. There's a bone called sacrum bone. It's a triangular shaped entity, and being called sacred means it's sacred. It is called a sacrum in Greek. So the Greeks knew there is something sacred about this. There must have been an old Indo-Aryan report from which they learned from Indians about this. Now, this energy that comes here, it settles down and makes 3.5 coils. 3.5 is a very specific number, but if you, let's say, dissect in half, it becomes 7. And it's also the pi number. There are many implications to it, but it takes 3.5 coils. And with that, it is called as Kundalini, because in Sanskrit, coil means Kundal. And this being our mother power, she has been with us all our lives. She's our individual mother, just of our own. She's been with us. The only goal she has is to give us our self-realization, our second birth. Shree Mataji Didi, can you put up the chart as well? think there is some problem in putting it up. So we'll continue without the chart for now. So we have three main nadis inside us called as Ida, Pingla, and Sushumna. Now on the left hand side is what is called as the Ida Nadi. This is the channel of our past. Everything that is the past is stored here. Even beyond this is the collective. So our subconscious is here. Beyond this is collective subconscious. All our desires emanate from this channel. All our emotions emanate from this channel. So people who are too much emotional, think too much of the past, etc., all of that, they work too much on this channel. And using anything too much can be very harmful in Sahaja. We understand that excess of anything is bad. As I said, Ati Sarvatra Varjate. It remains true here, and once you use it too much, it gets cooled up a lot because it's the moon channel, and we develop diseases that are considered psychosomatic or incurable mostly because of that. We feel the status of this channel on our left palm in meditation. So we'll keep noting the status of channels and chakras so that when we meditate, we know what is okay, what is not okay right now. After this, on the right hand side is the channel called as the Pingla Nadi. This takes care of our sympathetic on the right side and is taking care of all our future thoughts. So all our futuristic behavior of I'll do this, I'll do that, ambitions and aggressions and all of that come from this channel. All our activity that is mental or physical activity also comes from this channel. When we use it too much, that is maybe we are working too much in the offices or physically or all the time planning, thinking, we are using it up too much, it gets heated up. This being the sun channel, we develop several diseases because of that. You can feel the status of our Pingla Nadi on the right palm. In the center is what we call as the Sushumna Nadi. This is the path for Kundalini to rise up. This takes care of our parasympathetic nervous system. And this is the path of the center. A balanced person is on Sushumna Nadi and is the easiest person to get realization. People who lead a normal, balanced life get to Sahaja Yoga and self-realization very easily. We'll quickly touch base upon these chakras just to give you an idea about them because there's a lot to talk about each chakra. We'll not do that. The first one at the very bottom in red that you see is called as the Mooladhara chakra. There are various deities that govern each chakra. We'll not talk about them today. But there are various qualities that they give us. And because of those qualities, if we go against those qualities, these chakras get harmed and we develop several diseases. For example, here, the qualities that are mentioned are innocence and wisdom. So childlike innocence is something that is not really appreciated in the world so much. But you'll find a bhola admi, a pure innocent man, is the easiest one to work with, is really the man of God. And God takes care of such people. People who are very cunning and very conniving and take advantages of others are ruining Mooladhara chakra very much. Mooladhara chakra is very much ruined if we go against innocence in terms of sex. If we go into wrong things, then this chakra is harmed a lot. Also, we get pure wisdom from this chakra. You can see the organs around this are of excretionary and sex-related organs. They get harmed when this chakra is harmed. We can feel the status of Mooladhara chakra at the meeting point of our wrist and our palm on both sides. Each chakra has three parts, center, left, and right. So when we meditate, we will keep attention on both sides on our palms. After this comes the Swadhisthana chakra in yellow. The main quality mentioned here is creativity. This chakra is responsible for all art forms coming from here, all sorts of creativity that we have in any work that we do, the dynamism that we have in our work. Also, this chakra is the place of pure knowledge, the divine knowledge that we are talking about here, which comes from within to us. When we go into wrong sorts of knowledges, that is into tantrikas, etc., this can get ruined very badly. Also, when we are working too much, you'll see that the right channel actually starts from Swadhisthana chakra, which means that we think from our Swadhisthana chakra. This right channel goes up to our brain. Our brain uses the gray cells. Where do these gray cells come from? They come from our stomach. Swadhisthana converts the fat cells into gray cells for brain to think. When we are thinking all the time too much, planning too much in offices, we use up this chakra a lot. This chakra takes care of many organs. You can understand liver, pancreas, spleen, uterus in women. So many things are taken care of. But if we keep on thinking, planning, it's not able to take care of these chakras. You'll find that people who are stressed a lot develop liver troubles, who plan too much develop diabetes, and very speedy people who are all the time working like crazy even can develop leukemia, that is blood cancer of spleen. So there are many troubles that can come because of this one chakra itself. But when it is put into order, we come into balance. All of this can come into balance as well. We can feel the status of Swadhisthana chakra on our thumbs, left and right side. After this comes the Nabhi chakra, which is right behind the navel. This is the place of our complete benevolence, you can say. So our family life, our monetary life, our complete taking care of is from this chakra, we can say. And when this is awakened, we become very generous people to others, very gracious hosts. We are very nice to others because we are satisfied ourselves. So we are be able to be nice to others. So satisfaction is a main quality of this chakra of all sorts. Also, one main great quality of this chakra is evolution. Our seeking has led to our evolution. So earlier, let's say a fish was seeking, let's see what is on the land. Then when it became reptiles, it wanted to see what is higher. And that is how seeking has evolved. Now, as human beings, maybe we are seeking in power, money, love, family, and whatnot. Slowly and gradually, we realize that none of this gives us the joy that we were looking for. And then that is when we move towards seeking God. So this is one of the main qualities of Nabhi chakra. This chakra we can feel on our middle fingers on left and right side. Around this is what we call as the Bhav Sagar, the void. This is the place of true religion inside us, the Dharma. That is not Hindu, Islam, any other religion, but it is the innate religion of humanity, of human beings, that they know this is right, this is wrong. So very easy to imagine if we see something very horrible happening, we may end up puking. Even taking alcohol goes against this because that also leads us to puking. This chakra is established by great gurus across the world, across religions, across people that have come on this earth and have established this religion inside us. When we take to wrong gurus as gurus, also this chakra can get caught. We feel the status of Bhavsagar around the center of our palm on left and right side. After this comes the Anhat chakra. This is also called as the heart chakra. This is the place of our, in the center, it's the place of our confidence, of our sense of security, one can say. So we know that God is taking care of us. When that is hampered in any way, this can get caught up. Let's say women who have lost sense of security with their husbands or family may get breast cancer. Children who fall sick a lot are the ones who are afraid a lot. So on the right hand side, it's the father principle. Let's say children who have not known their father since birth or relations are not okay with father, then they may get asthma, things like that. Similarly, left hand side is the mother principle. Left hand side is also the place of the spirit inside. What is the spirit? Spirit means Atma. Atma is the reflection of Param Atma inside us. Inside all of us resides the reflection of God Almighty in the form of this Atma. It is a witness to everything that we do, but it is not yet in our attention. When we get our Atma Sakshatkar, our self-realization, Atma becomes the main driver and it takes over. We feel the status of this chakra on the left and right side. It's also the place of love and compassion inside us. After this comes the Vishuddhi chakra, right behind our throat. You can see that the main quality mentioned here is collectivity. This chakra is responsible for communication. All our throat, nose, tongue, teeth, mouth, ears, all outer parts, shoulders, hands, all of this is governed by this chakra, which we all use for communication, and through that we become collective. When we raised heads in our evolution, that is when we knew that we are collective beings. This chakra has several great qualities, like when we are collective, we know we are part and parcel of the whole. So we can see the world, we are only the microcosm of the macrocosm. And we can see the world as the Leela it is truly. We get that witness state when this is awakened. The chakra is caught up on the left hand side very badly when we feel guilty. We feel guilty for even very small things, nothing at all. Even if they are important things, we should not keep feeling guilty. We should just correct ourselves. And God Almighty is the ocean of forgiveness. He can forgive anything that we may have done if we ask for. It's very important that we don't feel guilty for Sahaja, because we see that the nerves of our hands come from the Vishuddhi chakra. And if this is constructed, we don't feel the vibrations on our hands in meditation. So it's very important that we don't feel guilty and we leave it to God. Chakra can get caught up on the right hand side if we are dominating others with our words, shouting a lot, being very bombastic, using bad words, even taking tobacco. This chakra is caught up on the left and right side. Then we feel it on our index fingers. After this comes the Agya chakra, which is where we put the kumkumadi. Inside our brain, there's a optic chiasma literally across like this, like it is shown here. The three channels cross over, and there's a very small path for Kundalini to pass through. The main quality of this chakra is forgiveness. People who are not able to forgive easily are not able to cross over this chakra. After this, we can see that there are two balloon-like things here, right at the top, which are called as ego and superego. All actions and activities that we do in our lives leads to some sort of ego. That is there in all of us. In some it's a lot, in some it's not so much. Similarly, whatever learnings we get in our life leads to some superego. We are made in such a way that mostly one or the other is dominating. So the path for Kundalini to pass through is constructed by these ego and superego. But as soon as we are able to forgive at the Agya, Kundalini passes through and it sucks in both these entities of ego and superego. That means that it eats up our karmas themselves. Agya chakra can be felt at our ring fingers on left and right side. The very end is what we call as the Sahasrara, the thousand petal chakra. This is called as the Brahmarandra, the Dashan Par. Brahmarandra literally means the whole to meet the Brahm, which it really is. When Kundalini pierces through our Sahasrara, the all-pervading power of God starts flowing through us, through our Sahasrara, and we feel it on our palms and at the top of our head as a cool breeze. What is this cool breeze? It has been described by Adi Shankaracharya in his book called Saundarya Lahari. So he wrote a whole book named Saundarya Lahari, which means beautiful vibrations, which is this Param Chaitanya. He says that when Mother's grace dawns upon us, we feel Salilam Salilam Chaitanya. That means cool, cool breeze of Chaitanya. In Bible, it is said that when Holy Ghost will come, you'll feel the cool breeze. They're not aware of what is Holy Ghost. In Quran, it is said that when Qiyamah's time will come, your hands will speak and will give witness against you. Cannot get clearer than that. How can hands speak and give witness? That is because we start feeling the vibrations and the chakras on our own. This great happening happens to us and we get our realization. We also feel this cool breeze at the top of our head. Just now, we will do that in meditation. There are a few steps that we'll first see before we go for our realization. That is to cleanse ourselves. We are made out of five elements and we use them frequently in Sahaja Yoga through various methods to put ourselves all right and bring ourselves in balance. We can first do these steps with our eyes open so that we'll remember them when we do with our eyes closed. First, we'll keep the left hand as is open in our lap and put the right hand on the Mother Earth. This will do to cleanse our Ida Nadi, our left channel. Then we'll bring the right hand back into our lap and put the left hand like this towards the sky, bent from elbow. This will do to clear our right channel, Pingla Nadi. Next, we'll put both the hands on the Mother Earth. After this, we'll keep the left hand open in our lap as is and do the next steps with the right hand. We'll put the right hand on our heart and press here. We'll have some prayers. Then we bring this hand at our forehead, place it across, press from both sides, and bend our head forward a little. Then we bring this hand at the back of our head and push back our head towards the sky. In the last step, we stretch our fingers completely and place the center of our palm at the top of our head. And we'll move our hand slowly while pressing so that our scalp moves along with the hand in a clockwise direction. We'll move the hand slowly so that the scalp moves along in a clockwise direction. This is all. These are all the steps that we'll do. One can easily understand and question that does moving hands and doing some prayers do something so great to us? The answer is no. Once Shivaji Maharaj asked his guru, Ramdas Swami, how long does it take for one to get self-realization? And he answered by saying, it happens that shan, that very second, Rajan. But you need someone to give it and someone to take it. We have to become the ones who can take it. Shree Mataji is here to give it to us. Her photograph emanates those vibrations that make it possible for us to get our self-realization. Her photograph is very special and now it will be coming on our screen. Up until now, it has not been possible to capture the real images of saints and incarnations. With Shree Mataji, it has been so. Her photograph emanates those vibrations which make it possible for us to get our self-realization. So we will look at her photograph with utmost humility and respect. We'll keep both our hands open in our lap and sit a little bit straight, not very straight, not slouching, and look at Shree Mataji's photograph. Leave all our thoughts and doubts aside, just the thought that we want our self-realization, nothing else. We shall slowly close our eyes now and bring our attention inside. Now we will do the steps that we had seen earlier. Keep the left hand open in our lap and put the right hand on the Mother Earth. Here we have to pray, Mother, please clear out my Ida Nadi. Please take out all the imbalances and impurities of my left channel through the Mother Earth. Mother, please take out all the imbalances and impurities of my Ida channel through the Mother Earth. We'll bring our attention on our left palm and just see what is happening there. We'll bring the right hand back into our lap and put the left hand bent from elbow towards the sky. Here, you have to pray, Mother, please take out all the impurities of my Pingla Nadi through the ether element. Mother, please take out all the negativities and imbalances of my Pingla Nadi through the ether element. We'll bring our attention to both our palms and see what is happening there. Now we'll bring both our hands and place them on the Mother Earth. We will pray, Mother, please bring me into complete balance. Whatever impurities, negativities, and imbalances are still left in my Ida and Pingla Nadis, Mother, please take them out through the Mother Earth. Mother, please bring me into complete balance, into the present, into the center. We'll bring both our hands in our lap now. And for the next steps, we'll keep the left hand open as is in our lap. And we'll place our right hand on our heart and press it here. This is the place of the Atma inside us. We have to say, we have to assert a truth. I am the pure spirit. Mother, I am the pure spirit. Which is the reality, not this body, mind, thoughts, ambitions, this personality that you think of yourself, the accomplishments, etc. All of this is mithya, is nashvar. The only eternal thing is the Atma. So we say with full confidence, Mother, I am the pure spirit. Mother, I am the pure spirit. Mother, I am the pure spirit. Now, as we are the spirit, we are not guilty of anything. Whatever we think we may have done wrong, we'll leave it to God Almighty. In His power, we have to believe. In His capacity to forgive, we have to believe and leave it to Him. And say, Mother, I am not guilty at all. Mother, I am not guilty at all. It's very important. As we have seen, we don't feel the vibrations if we feel guilty. Say with full confidence, Mother, I am not guilty at all. Next, we'll bring this right hand at our forehead and place it and press it like we would if you would have a headache. From both sides, we'll press it and bend our head forward a little. Here, we have to forgive everyone. To say, Mother, I forgive everyone. We don't do anything by not forgiving. We only play into the hands of people who have done us wrong. But when we forgive, we let God decide. So again, with full heart, not remembering anyone, you just have to forgive everyone at one go. And say, Mother, I forgive everyone. Mother, I forgive everyone, myself also. Now we place this hand at the back of our head when we place the pillow and push back our head towards the sky. Here, we have to pray that, oh God, if knowingly or unknowingly we have done any mistakes against you, please forgive me. Oh God, if I have done any mistakes against you, knowingly or unknowingly, please forgive me. We can bring the right hand back into our lap and just rest our hands a little bit. Now, we will bring the right hand back at the top of our head where we know as the fontanelle bone area. It was a soft bone when we were kids. And we'll place our palm at the center and press it hard. Bend our head forward a little. And while pressing, we'll move the scalp in a clockwise direction along with the palm. While bending our head forward, we'll move the hand so that the scalp moves along in a clockwise direction slowly. Here, we have to ask for it. Without our asking for it, Shree Mataji cannot give us our self-realization. So we have to, with all humility and respect, ask, Mother, please give me my self-realization. Mother, please give me my self-realization. Mother, please give me my self-realization. Mother, please give me Atma Sakshatkar. Mother, please give me my yoga, my union with the divine. Mother, please give me my self-realization. Mother, please give me my self-realization. Stop moving the hand and bring it back into our lap. Keep our attention where our hand was. And set for meditation for a few seconds. We'll also bring our attention to both our palms now. And see at the very center, there's a cool breeze coming out of our palm. We'll bring our attention to the tips of our fingers. See if there is a tingling sensation on one or two fingers. That particular chakra may not be all right. For some, there might be heat coming out of hands, one hand or both, or fingers as well. For some fingers may get very heavy also. Can be a very subtle feeling. So we'll look at it minutely. Now, once again, we'll bring the right hand at the top of our head where we had pressed on Sahasrara and place it a few inches just above. We'll move it left, right, front, back. See that from a particular place, we'll feel the cool breeze coming out and touching our palm. Move the hand a little. See if there's a cool breeze or it could be hot as well, coming out of our head and touching our palm. Bring the right hand back into our lap. Now see the same thing from our left hand. Place it just a few inches above our fontanelle bone area. Move it left, right, front, back. You may feel it with one hand or both the hands, or you may feel cool in one and hot in another. Bring the hand back into our lap. In the last step, we'll put both the hands completely up, elbows stretched straight towards the sky and palm open towards the sky. We'll push back our head also and ask one of these three questions 3 times. Oh God, is this Param Chaitanya? Is this the cosmic energy, the divine energy? Is this the all pervading power of God that does everything? We'll ask any question 3 times. Slowly, we'll bring our hands back into our lap. In answer to the questions, the vibrations would have improved on our hands. We'll keep our attention at the top of our head on fontanelle bone area and sit for quiet meditation for a few more seconds. We will slowly open our eyes now. And look at Shree Mataji's photograph. You'll see that there are no thoughts even with our eyes open. This is the first boon that we get after realization is of thoughtless awareness. We'll bring both our hands together in a namaskar and a thanks to Shree Mataji and Kundalini inside for this blissful experience. This is just the germination, sprouting of the seed, which needs to become a tree. It is our responsibility that we see to it. With daily meditation and a collective meditation session weekly, we can easily achieve that. Also, whatever problems we have in life, we can get over them slowly and gradually through this practice and through this establishing of our spirit inside us. So I urge all of you to continue meditation on this platform itself for a while until you really get established. Then also start practicing daily on your own and doing some cleansing activities that we do daily to keep ourselves all right. And also to go for collective meditation sessions. Again, there is no money involved, there's nothing to be paid. It's all free, cost available to all. How can you join and know more? Devi will now help us understand. Deshma.
Shree Mataji, who have joined the session first time, I'm requesting to please subscribe to our channel. On YouTube live chat box, you will find 4 links from our end. So the first link is WhatsApp group link. If you have not joined the WhatsApp group or if you are attending the session first time, I'm requesting to join the WhatsApp group. On WhatsApp group, we sent PDFs related to chakras and nadis and Shree Mataji speeches and every update related to all the sessions on a daily basis. So please join the WhatsApp group so that you will get all the notification and all the information about the Sahaja Yoga and about all the sessions. Second link is the Zoom meeting link. If you have any questions or if you want to share your experience, you can join the Zoom meeting link and ask your question. On a daily basis, we try to reply all the queries. And if you are not comfortable to join a Zoom meeting, you can also write your questions in YouTube live chat box. We will answer to that question as well. Third and fourth link is YouTube channel link. On YouTube, we have 2 channels. First is on which you are attending live meditation, and second is for Shree Mataji speeches. Both the channels are completely non-commercialized, non-monetized. All the advertisement options have been closed on the channels. The purpose of this channel is you get your self-realization at your own place, at your own ease. So if any one of you is finding the true power and the true power of the God, so this is the correct platform. And please share the link to the seekers who really want to feel the power of divine. Apart from that, if you are more interested to know all the chakras and nadis, so on the on the description box you will find tutorial videos link on our YouTube channel where you will find short videos for each and every chakra and nadi so that you will get all the information about that. On this channel, 3 live meditation sessions held on a daily basis. First is at 8 a.m. in the morning. Second is at 4:15 p.m. in the noon. And third is at 7:45 p.m. in the evening. So you can join any of the session as per your availability, as per your time. And if you are aware about all the chakras and nadi and all the process, then you can join our deep meditation session which holds on 5:30 p.m. on a daily basis. So there is no question, Bhaiya.
Okay, Didi, let's end the session.
Okay. So we are ending today's session now. Thank you so much, Shree Mataji, for today's wonderful session. And please forgive us if we have done any mistake. Thank you so much. Jai Shri Mataji.
Jai Shri Mataji.